Soothing music from KOSI, Denver. Hey, welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drones and Entertainment. Welcome, everybody. You are in for a good show tonight, like we have every Friday night. We got a good show tonight. Yeah, we're going to be talking about. Hey, are there any drones in stock, especially DJI drones? There've been problems with the stores like Best Buy and so forth not having drones in stock. They'll have certain models, but the other drones there's none in stock, and even online they're having problems. But we'll find out what the scoop is. But let's get this show on the road. Let's welcome all the way from the great state of Florida, Port St. Lucie, the future of South Florida Drone Meetup, Ned Sweek, our man of the plan with the master of disaster. He's the guy that's going to be, well, he'll be one of the guys running the show. He'll have a live stream on Saturday. So let's welcome little Bill Roney. Got a little tongue tied there. Howdy, howdy.
An awfully long introduction. I don't know what to say to that. That's pretty amazing. Yes, hi Art. That's right. The South Florida Drone Meetup is around the corner.
Yep.
Is it next weekend?
Yeah, next weekend.
I guess it is. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, next week.
Well, I just looked at the long, as you know, Art, the forecast, the long forecast, and according to whatever that is, nice weather. We got nice weather in store for us.
Yes.
Friday was a little windy in the afternoon, but that doesn't matter because Friday's the meetup at the meet and greet.
Yeah.
And that was at 2 anyway. The rest of it just says windy. I mean, there's no rain.
Cool.
Low to mid 80s as a high, and I think 83 and 84 the 3 days. And the low overnight was like 69 or something like that. So, yep, with no rain so far.
That's awesome.
On the horizon. Yes, that's right.
Awesome.
I think so. So
the past drone meetups, South Florida drone meetups, the weather has been pretty good, except for that first one was kind of windy and a little cool.
Yeah, but the weather was nice and the breeze felt good and the drones flew in the wind and it was okay.
Yeah.
We are skilled and qualified drone pilots.
Right.
We can't
only
handle
have one potato in the water that year.
You can't. There's always a potato in the water. That's like, I think last year was the first year nothing went in the water.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But no, we handled it all quite well. People are saying hi. We should say hi to the chat.
Yes, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We've got Warren at Cure Show. We got Joe America, Captain Joe, USA Drone Flyer. We got Ed, 204 WPG Drone Life. And we got Jody Drone Shots. And that's, Bill. Uncle Bill's Toys. The boys with the boys.
That was first.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Look what a green screen does to a bright yellow shirt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm fading. I'm fading fast.
Mm-hmm.
My life has become interesting.
So, what did you think of that song I sent you? AOC.
Oh, I didn't listen. I saw it was AOC and
by Classic Vinyl.
Looking at each other lovingly, AOC and the old man. What's his name? The one who used to complain about millionaires until he became one. Now he complains about billionaires.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
I like all these 100 millionaires complaining about billionaires.
Yeah.
And it's like, Oh, it's an oligarchy because the billionaires. Well,
As an
what are you
oligarchy.
worth? $400 million. Oh, well, screw you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
And what about the networks, the oligarchy networks that prop you guys up? Yeah, NBC, CBS, ABC, and
It's just they're going nuts.
MSNBC, and all those.
The worst thing
Without
that
those
ever happened
oligarchs,
in the security world was that chat leaking out and heads should roll. Get the hell out. First of all, nothing was given out. It was none of it was top secret. It didn't have
yeah,
any routes. It didn't have any places, exact
yeah,
places. It didn't have the support supply. Nothing. There was nothing in there that could get anybody hurt, and nobody got hurt. As a matter of fact, it was a perfect attack, and
mhm,
whatever. But they don't want to focus on that.
no,
They want to focus on the fact that we took out one of their leaders and blew up a shit ton of their missiles and made shipping a little bit safer in that region. No, don't want to focus on that.
no,
We got to
no,
focus on the chat thing,
yeah,
which I don't know.
hmm,
And they may find out that somebody did that on purpose, so we'll see.
yep, yep.
We'll see. Can't always help
So,
who you talk. We can't even always help who's in the chat. Like, look at our chat. God, there's some real
yeah, right.
good people in there.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And mhm.
Uncle Billy,
Uncle Billy, who said that?
Jim's droning. I guess he's old enough to call me Billy.
Okay, Jim's droning. Hey, Jim. And we got what is that? I'm intrigued by the Atom 2. Makes me wonder that the Atom 3 would look like. Hmm.
Probably just like the Atom 2 with a different sticker on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for the Atom 12. One Atom 12. One Atom 12.
We got the joke. You didn't need
Burglary in progress.
Car 54, where
Where
are
are
you?
you?
I like every once in a while uh, hitting up the old shows. Like Adam's Family just showed up on the screen in uh,
Ah,
in Amazon Prime. Came up as a maybe it's because I was watching old Popeye cartoons,
ah,
and I don't know why it just suggested. I said, "Oh, I didn't know that." The, uh, Season 1, episode 1, it's all about Wednesday. Episode
ah.
2 was all about Pugsley. So family problems. Pugsley wanted to become a Boy Scout. Oh, they just horrified by that and the fact that he had a puppy. But anyway, so it's kind of cool. I get to enjoy them again. It's been long enough that you're
Cool.
not necessarily knowing the next joke before it comes out of their mouths, and
Yeah,
and it's good. I mean, I actually think Adam's Family is better than the Monsters, to tell you the truth. Although I like the Monsters as well, very much,
yeah.
as a matter of fact. But I just think the
Hmm.
Adams Family is a little funnier. But anyway, and who doesn't like Carolyn Jones?
Uh, Speaking of Popeyes, I did have Popeyes for dinner tonight. They had a special $5 3-piece. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that sounds good." So,
3 pieces. What are you having for dinner?
oh, two
That's an
wings
app-
and a breast. Yeah, there you
That's an appetizer.
go.
Popeyes. I haven't had that in years. I had it. I was in Georgia, passing through on my way up to my brother's, and it's like, well, we're in Georgia. Fried chicken. Got to stop. Where do we go? Popeyes.
Mhm.
And we were very disappointed actually.
Yeah.
Well, they made too much and they let it sit in the bin. It was dry.
Ah,
It was dry,
okay.
lukewarm and dry.
Ah,
So I didn't get the true Popeyes experience.
there you go.
Well, although I think after that, when Popeyes came out with their answer to Chick-fil-A's sandwich, and the Popeye sandwich came out with the chicken
Ah,
sandwich with the pickle on it, like they're totally copying.
right.
And someone went out. They said they were going to both, and they were going to get both. We were going to do a taste off, and that's what we did.
Ah,
And I picked the Chick-fil-A, and somebody else picked the Popeye. It all depends how much breading you like on your chicken,
right, right,
you know. But
right,
that was mostly the difference.
right. I prefer the chicken tenders myself.
Well, that's what they put on there. But like the Popeyes had more breading.
Right, right,
You know, was made it more likely to rake your gums while you're eating it. But
right.
they're both delicious. Don't get me wrong. Like them
The
both.
mashed
But I
potatoes and
did
gravy.
kind of like the Chick-fil-A a little better.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay.
but that's me.
Oh, righty.
Popeyes has got good stuff too. As long as you don't get it when it's been sitting out for half an hour.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
Well, I've got the app on the phone, so I was on the way home.
That doesn't mean they're not going to reach into the bin and give you something that was old.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Depends on who's running the place and how it's run.
Right.
And, you know, I did Carrabba's is a chain that I can recommend.
Right. Yeah. I
You know,
haven't been to that in years.
I've been to Carrabba's that were just spot on. You know what I mean? It was
Right.
just the service was spot on. The food was
Right.
perfect. Everything was great. In fact, there's one like that. Where did we go? Was that the one in Port St. Louis? There's a couple here. That might have been the one in St. Cloud. Also, very good. But then there's one over going towards the park, going towards Disney World,
Mhm.
where 192 meets up with Route
Oh, well,
4.
is that the one that gets a lot of the traffic there?
Well, it's so busy. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
International Drive. You know that it's so busy,
Right.
and they
Right.
just pound it all the time. And they're going to be
Right.
busy whether they do a good job or not because
Right.
of the location, and they didn't do a good job. You know, I mean, the service tried, but she did the best she could. Don't get me wrong; she was fine, but the food came out at different times. It wasn't exactly right. The one
Right.
dish was obviously done way before the other because it was already cold. You know, stuff like that. You know, it just not run like some of the other ones. I've eaten at a couple other ones. I think the one here too. I've had it. It was
Right.
great. One of the ones here. I don't think I ate at both of them, and it was great. And then the one in St. Cloud was great. But then when you got to that super busy one, but that's what I mean. You can people say, "Oh, I hate that place. They're terrible," and it might just be that the one that you go to is terrible, and it
Right.
shouldn't be that way because they've got a
Mhm.
formula. It's a franchise. They're supposed to all be the same.
Well, speaking of someone with discerning taste, let's welcome all the way from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And today is Tiger Mania. The Tigers started their season today. Let's welcome Long
Good.
Denard.
Oh, so all the Tigers are in heat.
Yep, that's right.
They're in season. I hear it's
Scratch, scratch my belly.
scratch my belly.
Don't like cats.
Polar Pro. Whoever's asking about MD filters, I'm a big Polar Pro guy. So, but I know a lot of people like Freewell.
Cool. So, our DJI drones finally.
I got
in
free will
stock.
because they were less money than the Polar Pro. That's the only reason I got them.
Yeah,
Freewell.
exactly. They are cheaper. There's no doubt about that. They're cheaper.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, they save money because their cases aren't as cool.
To an
It's
extent,
dumb.
DJI's case or Polar Pro's cases aren't as nice as they used to be.
Uh-huh.
No,
They did that one series for the Mavic 3, and it's like, holy crap. That was a $400 set of ND filters. You know, it's like, wow.
Don will be here at the last 10 minutes of the show. Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm setting a timer for
Oh, there we go.
8:50.
biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Biscuits and gravy sounds good.
And
Always sounds
Dominic's running late. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like biscuits and gravy.
good. I
Yeah.
do too. No,
Yeah,
if I
but,
go to a place that I haven't been to before that does breakfast and they have it on the menu, that's how I judge whether they can cook or not.
Yeah.
And whether they do a proper over medium.
Yeah, and whether the counter people are real snotty and haughty.
See,
Like
if they can
Waffle
get
House.
away with that and the place is still busy, you know the food's good.
Yeah. Like Blueberry Hill in Vegas. Although they were pretty nice. Have you been to Blueberry Hill in Vegas, Bill?
Never
you been to Vegas?
Never been to Vegas.
Oh. Well, if you ever go, you know, Make sure, and we're all there. Make sure we go to Blueberry Hill. It's actually pretty good.
Sounds good to me. Maybe I'll go to next year's meetup.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm gonna go to that or not. I'm telling you.
I mean, I wanted to go, and one of the big reasons I wanted to go this year was because I've never been to Vegas.
Right.
But, I could probably survive all my years without ever going there, I suppose.
Yeah, I could live for the rest of my life without ever going again. I can tell you that. I'm way over Vegas, just way over it.
I grew up we're from New York area, but I basically grew up in New Jersey. Because my parents split up when my mother moved back to Jersey. And yet I haven't been to Atlantic City since before the gambling came in.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why'd you bother going there before that?
Well, you really want to know?
They had an amusement park and shit. They had an amusement park and
To perform.
Oh.
I was in high school,
Huh?
and I was in the chorus and the choir and the chorale, and we got invited down there to perform for the New Jersey Parent Teachers Association.
Oh.
They had a statewide thing, like a convention, and we were one of the acts. Was our chorus, because we had a very large, like 100 kids. It was a big chorus. It was really good.
Cool.
And we got invited, so that's the only time I've ever been.
Cool.
But that was before the gambling came back. Boy,
Wow.
Atlantic City was a shithole at the time. It was cool
It's
to
bad.
go. From the balcony of where we were, there's the ocean and all that. It was nice, but the town itself, boy, the gambling really brought that right around.
Well, it's right back down there. We went to Atlantic City, was it last year? The hotel was a shithole. The boardwalk was dirty. This everything about it was just subpar. The food was subpar. Everything was subpar. It was just like, oh my effing God.
I can't say the boardwalk was dirty, because it really wasn't. And probably because
trash
it
everywhere
was
and
so
stuff.
less busy back then. There was probably a lot less to clean up,
That's probably fair. To be fair. But it was just lots of like homeless looking people hanging around, just a lot of
Shifty people.
Well, just something. The hotel
doesn't
was
stop people from
horrid,
coming to this stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and the hotel was horrid.
Ah.
Or it was just oh my God. Like it used to have an amusement park in the middle of it, if I'm not mistaken. Or they lost their gambling license or something. I can't remember their situation. I can't remember the name of it even. Something to do with circus or carnivals or something like that. And it was just
carnivals. I got something right here for you.
Ooh, a carnival.
What is that?
That's that old broad you like so much.
Work on your endurance, your stamina. Yes, that's it.
Are.
Oh, I'm gonna count you
I would
down
never
now.
come looking at that.
Yes.
You are helping me.
The way she's doing that voice, it makes me think she's hiding the fact that she's a man.
Yeah. My endurance is at 100%. 110. I've never lasted so long in my whole life.
See what your endurance is like. Yeah. What was that, Marty? And why are you watching stuff like that?
Yeah, Marty. Well, there's so much better porn on the internet. I mean,
Yeah.
jeez. It's not like you're still looking at the National Geographic when there's a stack of Playboy. There's a stack of Playboys in the closet. You know what I mean? It don't make any sense, buddy. There's a Hustler in there too, if I'm not mistaken, and a Penthouse.
No,
Yeah, it's not necessary to keep looking at the National Geographic, son.
Hooba.
Hooba. Or the Victoria's Secret catalog just showed up.
Hubba. Two B's. Hubba.
Yeah.
Panhandling in your doctor's office.
Gutter in 20 minutes. I know, right? Made it to the gutter.
Keep it classy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have a certain expectation on this show, so
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, you would want to subvert everyone's expectations. So I probably missed it, but how you doing, Bill? Are you doing all right? Better?
Yeah.
I mean, is there improvement? Daily
Oh
improvement?
yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, little by little. We'll get there. I'm gonna be diped up, I guess, for the meetup. I was hoping I'd be
sweet.
one of the lucky ones to be past that, but it's clearly not going to happen. But
you'll be in good company,
we'll be the only one wearing a diaper.
You won't. I would imagine not, considering the crowd. You guys can probably borrow them from each other in case of emergency, because
I'll bring
considering the crowd, all hang in. I'm pretty sure you will not be alone at all. Period.
Squishy bottoms, he's got them.
I was busy at work today. I worked a little harder than I like, but that's all right.
Good.
We had 76 people come in at 10. I mean, we don't even open till 11, but somebody booked us at 10. Plus, I got this league at the exact same time. So the entire house was full right at 10 o'clock in the morning. 76 kindergarten through high school. They were nice, though. They were good kids. And they went for the 2 hours with pizza and a drink. So not only are we there before we open, we had to bring everybody in, including the kitchen and everything, because everybody gets 2 slices of pizza. So they had to make 19 pizzas first thing in the morning, as soon as we, and get it all out. And there's no server or anything, so plating it up, serving it out, getting it out there. So it was a lot of work. I had that going on with the league at the same time. So at 10 in the morning. But anyway, what are you going to do? Life is life. I didn't get around to freshening up, we'll say, for 5 hours. I got to give credit to Depend.
Oh, yeah. They're dependable. They're dependable.
It did quite well. 'Cause these are cheap. They're only 75 cents each. So.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Hell, I might try them just for the sake of it, because I'll be on a job and I'm way up in the air and I'm like, God damn it. I had to piss and had to climb down a 24-foot ladder and then go find a bathroom on the other side of the damn, facility or whatever. It's like, God damn it, to walk all the way back and climb my way back up again. It's like
not a bad idea to do that. And these things are actually, you forget they're on until they got a load in them. But you forget they're actually comfortable. I think the more expensive ones I have, they're there because they're bigger. You know what I mean? They're thicker. They're thicker. The padding goes way further back, like you're gonna crap in it. It's not really for that, but that's so that it can leach down.
Yeah.
But what I've discovered, if you're on your feet and your legs are together, you're squeezing it, so it's not leaching down. So it doesn't do. It does better, but not $4 better. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
That's cool.
Boring. Really boring.
So you're feeling better though, because I wasn't looking for a dissertation on diapers or whatever. I was just asking about your general health.
Dissertation on diapers. I like the alliteration of that. I should do a video. My dissertation.
You should do a video.
There you go.
That'd be hilarious. You might get a lot of views. You'd be surprised.
Well, just rating the different brands. I've got 3 different brands in the other room.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Old Sears catalog. That's another good one. Yep.
You could call it Tinkling with Bill.
Oh, it's like you could do like comparisons or something.
There you go.
Here's what it looks like after 5 hours. Ooh.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but I'm just saying you could talk about it and you show what it looks like with your pants on and stuff.
I wouldn't.
There you go.
Just to be clear.
I think that'd be awesome. Do you know that Marcus Crawford, last I knew, his most viewed video was some video of him goofing around with a new lawnmower. He had gotten a new lawnmower. That's one of his most viewed videos of him putting it together, fumbling around, putting it together and getting it to start and shit.
Well,
that's one of his most viewed videos.
That's because way more people own lawnmowers than own drones,
Yeah, way more people probably have similar circumstances or on their way to similar circumstances than own drones.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're looking to get a new lawnmower. You want to see what's going on,
Yeah.
No, I do that with everything. Pretty much everything I buy is look for opinions on it before I get it, and I'll start.
Yeah, me
watching
too,
videos.
to an extent, unless I know a lot about it already. But
Well, yeah, but I still
Yeah.
like to reinforce my purchase. And what I like about videos is that's the product, and that's the actual product, not just someone's opinion in a chat. You know what I mean? Or they could,
or the people that talk about it before they get the product too. Oh my God, those people. Oh,
well, they could
God, I
say
hate those
anything.
people so
You know
much.
what I mean? Oh, it did this, it did that, did a great job, or versus actually seeing it do the great job and
This
whatever.
is Marcus Crawford's long lost son on the left.
What?
Huh? Doesn't look anything like Marcus Crawford.
Oh,
Why?
in the eyes it does.
Who is that?
Really?
Yeah, you don't see one eye going this way and one eye going looking.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see that very well. I could blow it up on my TV. I just have it on small. I got actually a video playing on the other screen. Let's see. Oh, okay. He's got a little bit of a lazy eye going. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's one of my comedian friends, John the Hippie Man Novosad.
No, we weren't talking about mowers per se, Philip, but we can if you want to go back to your staining.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Honda mower.
Mowers. Mowers. That's so
My
funny.
Honda
That's so
starts up
funny.
on first pull pretty much every time. How about that? Honda motor on a lawnmower is just awesome. Honda doesn't make lawnmowers anymore.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
now they got
That's
out of
actually
the-
mildly interesting.
But they'll still make motors for other companies, I believe. You know, to put the Honda motor on on a Toro, you know, or whatever.
That makes sense. Sure. Yeah, I mean, medical talk. I got to go in for a CT pelvis scan because I've had like a pain in my left side for like a year. So they keep bothering me. They go in there and get a CT scan, and I'm like, okay.
Well, I think it's safe to wait 2 years before you you look at undisclosed pains that you have no idea why they're there.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? What's the matter with you?
The shit goes away though.
I know you got benefits. Yeah, but
Yeah,
is it
mostly.
the same place all the time?
Huh?
Yeah.
I might have a kidney going out or something. Who knows?
Well, use your other hand. Maybe you. I mean, I don't know.
No, it's like right in the old gut. Hopefully, I'm hoping that I'm growing like a 40-pound tumor. That's what I'm hoping. Well, then that way, when they remove it, I'll lose 40 pounds just like that. You know what I'm saying? I know, right? That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, it's an ovarian cyst. Yeah, there you go.
It could be. You never know these days.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
No, they only took 61. They only took 61 grams out of me. 2 ounces.
That's it, huh?
Wow.
No, man. They got to do better than that. While you're in there, take some of that fat. That's what I want to tell them. I'm in there and get that suction hose out.
Yeah,
Fuck it,
get
dude.
that.
How much I'm paying for this shit, buddy? Get that suction hose out and get some of that fat out of there too while you're at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The hell with it. Make it worth my while.
What are you saying?
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about me. If they go in there after mine, I want them to suck out all this fat while they're in there.
Have you ever thought about
why not
doing that?
No, I'm just saying. But if you're in there, make yourself useful. You know, take all this belly fat out of there too.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought of that.
I'm just saying. You already got a big hole in my gut.
You left a giant drain tube behind it that he yank out the next day. That was fun. That thing could have been sucking it up, man.
Yep.
No, while you're in there, man, cut big ass hole. So get in there with that suction tube or whatever and suck all that fat up.
I don't think they
big ass tube.
I don't think they go that way.
Oh, they made a big ass hole and you go in there with that damn tube.
Well, he knows about that.
Suck out all the fat. Hardy, har. Yeah. No, everybody knows someone with cancer, man. I've had throat cancer 3 times. So my whole family's prone to cancer. Everybody in my family dies of either cancer or violence, one of the two. There's nothing else. There's no like heart disease or none of that shit. It's either cancer or violence.
Well, I'm proud to say I get to be the first one.
Oh, wow.
My family doesn't have cancer.
Trailblazer.
But then
Build
again,
a trailblazer.
my dad didn't live very long. So Who knows? He might have had it. That's what it. We want to get your family history. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, both of my folks had cancer, but that was due to years of smoking. That'll do it.
Yeah, I quit smoking when I was like 16, 7. No, I take that back. I quit smoking marijuana when I was 15, 16. I quit smoking cigarettes when I was in my 20s.
Well, cigarettes, I smoked them for a while, but out of all these years, I quit so many times. I quit for 8 years at one point, and then took them back up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I smoked total 16 years, I guess, out of those 30-something years that I had a cigarette.
Yeah.
But the cigarette itself doesn't give you have the potential for cancer to begin with because your genetics. What the cigarettes do is trigger that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean it won't come out eventually anyway, but but it might not.
No, I've had throat cancer twice without smoking or nothing. There's really no reason for it other than, my grandpa had lung cancer. My dad died of throat cancer. My half brother had throat cancer. So it's just in their family.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My dad died drowning in his own blood because what happens is they call it Russian roulette. They call it Russian roulette cancer because I've had it 3 times, and the second time, not the last time, they thought I was done because it was so close to a jugular vein. They weren't willing to go in and remove it surgically.
Right.
Because one nick on your jugular vein is a wrap. They've never, I guess they say, they've never successfully repaired a jugular vein, supposedly.
Wow.
Which doesn't make any sense to me because what about all those movies where they take heads and put them on other bodies? Wouldn't that involve a jugular vein?
Yeah,
2 of them, both sides. You don't think that's true? Oh, okay. Well, that's probably science fiction. Okay. Well, anyway, but long story short, I ended up finding a surgeon that was willing to do it, and they removed the tumor, and ta-da.
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 No, I skipped cancer. Just went, I'm fucked up from the beginning. There you go.
Well, you know what? There's something to be said for that where, you can start on, you might be down here, but at least you just level.
Yeah.
Because you're talking to their insurance must have been really high or something because it says here that it's definitely possible to repair the jugular vein.
Really? How long ago? When was the last time they've done it?
In cases of injury, those surgical procedures like primary repair or vessel ligation, depending on the severity and location of the injury. So if they just barely nick it, they should be able to fix it. For primary repair,
from the inside, though, inside.
Well, sure.
Because they were going down. They go down your throat with a tube, again.
I'd say you're already there. Would that make it easier than having to cut in and fix it? No,
if you get cut out here, I bet it'd be easier to repair than if you get cut.
You'd have to open it up. You have room to work, I would think, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm no surgeon. For smaller injuries, surgeons can often directly repair the vein using sutures.
I don't know how you suture from the inside, though.
In cases of severe damage or when direct repair isn't feasible, the vein may need to be tied off. Oh.
Just lose a jugular vein?
I guess.
Is that okay?
I guess. You still have another one, right? In there, too?
I thought one goes one way, one goes the other. I'm just joking.
Yeah, that's what I don't know how it works.
Too. Yeah, I don't know how it works.
Vein and the other one was an artery.
Yeah. I'm not sure, though, of course. I don't know. I'm a glorified mechanic.
Consideration, severity of injuries, patient stability. If the patient is hemodynamically unstable. Are you hemodynamically unstable?
Sometimes. Don't judge me.
Ligation might be necessary. Bilateral injuries. If both internal jugular veins are injured, every effort should be made to repair one if possible.
So and they said internal, as in there's 2 on each side or something? The carotid is up here, man.
One on each side.
I got the scars. You can see them.
Yeah.
Where they went in. They cut me in. What they did was they went in this side with a spoon looking thing. And they put that in between the tumor and my jugular vein, and then they came down my throat with a tube, with a scalpel and a camera, and then they removed the tumor and they put that plate in between. That's how he did it to make it less likely, if not impossible, for them to actually nick my jugular vein. Because apparently it was like 5 millimeters from my vein or something like that. The tumor was.
Oh, that's
3.5 to 5.
It's a mile away.
Miles. Well, and you know what? And it's an insurance thing too, I'm sure. But these other the doctors around here wouldn't do it. They're like negative. And then this doctor in North Carolina decided to do it. So there's 4, an artery and a vein on each side. Okay, well there you go, Dr. Kitty.
Yeah, but the jugular is a vein. Jugular.
So the carotid is the artery, and that's what the difference. That's what Akira's show was trying to say. You have a carotid artery and a jugular vein.
Right.
That's what I think he's trying to say. Like I said, I'm no expert.
Who was trying to show off? Who was it?
Akira's show. Yeah. He's talking about the artery. So maybe you can't repair the artery. I don't know.
The carotid artery. There you go.
Yeah. Maybe you can't repair the artery.
Let's see. Can you repair?
Yeah, it was double penetrated. Yeah. Now I've read somewhere where people have died just from being throat punched.
Oh yeah.
So
because your larynx will collapse and choke you. Yeah. I had a football coach. He damaged his larynx when he was a teenager, and when he was, he talked like this. When I was in high school, hey, he looked tough and he talked tough, and it was like, everybody was intimidated to, here you go, coach. And can I be on the team? Let's see. Go out on the field. Let's see what you got.
Yes, carotid arteries can be repaired through surgical procedure. And the only difference between artery is in, vein is return. Oh.
Is it?
Yep.
So where's the most pressure? Because they made it sound like the pressure was the big problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because you've seen the movies where someone gets their head cut off, and it's like a big old fountain of blood.
Oh yeah.
I've literally never seen that, and I've seen people get not that bad of damage, and pretty close. I've never seen that fountain of blood.
That pressure would have to be higher in your carotid because it's.
You would think so.
So you'd have blood flow,
Right. Yeah,
Uh,
I've never seen that though. I've seen people get their head partially very badly damaged, let's say, but there wasn't blood squirting. There was like a little. Anyway, ugh.
Yeah,
it was quite the puddle and quite the flow, but it wasn't squirt. Like in those movies where it's a big old fountain. You know what I mean? Where it's like a big old fountain. It's most of those kung fu movies where they cut their head off or they cut their arm off and blood's just. You ever seen those when you were a kid, Artie?
Oh yeah.
Those kung fu movies where somebody gets their arm cut off or whatever, and
how about the
blood just shooting out?
The Dawn of the Dead movie where someone got an arm pulled off and they're spurting blood out. Whoa! Somebody tore the arm off at the shoulder and the blood's gushing out.
Yeah.
Yep.
He turns and they're like a fountain.
Yeah.
Like the world's worst sprinkler. Like a blood sprinkler. Yeah.
The DJI Air 3S is available again on the website.
Where the hell you been?
DJI. No, when I looked the last time, the 3S, all 3 versions were out of stock.
What are you talking about? Did we talk about this Sunday?
When we talked about it, I looked, and all 3 Air 3, there was other ones that were available, but not the Air 3S. And right now, the only one that's available is the Fly More combo.
That is so weird because we talked about it. I sent Artie, right? I sent you a notification.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it Friday, right? Last Friday.
You sent me a picture. Hold on. Let's see if the Air 3S is on it.
Yeah, it was available. Absolutely. Now, I'm not saying every version and yada yada was available, but it was available. It was available on Adorama as of last week.
But when I looked, it wasn't. I'm telling you, it was. I mean, well, maybe the. I mean, right now you can get the Air 3S Fly More. That's what's available. With the
$15.99
with the RC2.
Yep, $15.99. Yeah. Adorama had them. They send it to you the next day, $20 for $23 extra. They'll send you next day here. Adorama. At least they had them last week. Now we announced it. Who knows? They might add 100. It might be gone.
If I was going to do it, it'd be the Fly More with the RCN3 because. Oh no, the Air 3S. Oh, I'd need the RC2. That's right, Mars.
Yeah.
My regular.
Yeah. Because your R1.
It was the Mavic 3. I was looking at the. That's why I'm confused.
RC1. Yeah.
It was
because you have an RC1, right?
Correct. Original.
Yeah, it won't work.
Right, but it'll work. It'll work with the Mavic 3.
Yeah. If you want to buy old shit. No, I'm just kidding. Did you miss out on the sale? They had the Mavic 3 on sale for $15.99 for the Fly More combo.
Which?
Oh no, it was just the drone. Never mind. It was just the drone, but I do believe it had the RC1, but I don't remember. It felt like it was the Fly More though, but I guess not. It was like $15.99.
Right now the Mavic 3. Oh, this is Pro. Well, the Pro with the DJI RC is $21.99 and available.
Yeah, you can do it at Best Buy though. By the way,
the Fly More with the RC is $29.99, and with the RC Pro is $38.89, and then the Cine with the RC Pro is $47.99. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Coming from the land from down under, it's Dominic.
Hey. We had a carnival or something?
Yeah, Windy Melbourne, and I'm at a hair show.
Yeah, the classics, all three are out of stock.
There you go. Thanks, Joe. I knew it was something like that. Yeah, the Mavic 3 Pro for $1,600. I was like, that's pretty reasonable. Where's he at while that music's playing? Why do you have two pairs of glasses, Dom? You know, I don't want to get in your personal life. I was just kind of curious. I was just kind of curious. He's got one on his head and one on his face.
Yeah, I know.
They call him Dominic Two Glasses McGillicuddy.
Instead of 4 eyes, he's 8 eyes.
6 eyes. 6 eyes Pythagoreus. I've been able to break out that Pythagoreus insult in a while. Felt good to dust it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like, why is your people kill me with the choices they make. Like, why is your camera low? What, they got to mount it to a stroller or something?
Hey.
You pushing a stroller? What are you doing?
No,
there you go.
I'm walking.
Oh, I've tried that once. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't for me.
Too much effort. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like exercise.
Yeah.
I'll turn the camera around and you might.
There he goes. He's doing stuff. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Matt Props, considering all the complaints. There's been so many complaints about the 04 air units. It's insane. But there were a ton of complaints about the 03 air units. Guess what? There was a ton of complaints about the Vistas. There was a ton of complaints about it's just insane. The complaints. They complain every single time. I said DJI should just give up on FPV and call it a day. That's what I would do. It's like they're never happy. Wow, look at that grass. That is awesome. Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
They'll probably use a little fertilizer and some aeration, though.
Yeah. Well, it is
Maybe
fall.
some water. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a plane. The plane, boss. It's the plane.
The plane. The plane.
Australians don't like planes. It's pretty desolate out there, man. Ain't nobody there. Is it early? And it's not early in the morning. It's like noon, isn't it?
It's 10:30.
10:30. Oh, that's still kind of early, I guess.
It is windy.
Yeah, that Dominic, you gotta give him credit, man. He like gets around. He does stuff.
Yeah.
He does stuff. He's always somewhere at the mall or at a game or at a cricket game, you know, or Australian football game, or he's at an air show that's showing very. Is it called the mediocre air show? Because all I'm seeing is pretty standard airplanes.
And
those are pretty standard planes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the big boys to. Well, about 10 minutes
Oh,
ago.
okay.
This is actually a commercial airport. And about 10 minutes ago, a plane left from here to go to Sydney.
Oh, sweet. With a bunch of convicts on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a scrappy plan to take over the plane? Con Air. It was Nicolas Cage wasn't on the plane, was he? I'm here. They want to remake that movie, so or do a sequel, which I'm not sure how you do that. Con Air 2.
Yeah. Sounds kind of conny to me.
Yeah, con men. Did you see Marvel's coming out with? It's not going to be next year though. Is the new Avengers movie with Doomsday and Robert Downey Jr. is playing Victor Von Doom.
Oh, okay.
Which is hilarious to me.
Well,
have all the old X-Men in it.
Snow White.
Well, I've heard bad things.
Yeah,
I've heard bad things, and I've heard some people say that, despite her attitude, she can sing and act. That Rachel Zegler, they say she can sing and she can act okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, she's everything she says outside the movie is like in the movie itself.
Right, and that's what's killing the movie. You know that, and oh, hey, I'm a supporter of Hamas. Oh yeah, that'll go big time. Yeah.
I would, if I was in that industry, I think I would just stay out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just got to stay out of it.
It's like, shut up and promote the movie. Don't say anything else. I mean, that's common sense. Why are you going out there and bashing the story, you know?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what was interesting, not to get off into it too far, but it was interesting because her initial interviews were like, they're not doing, the prince isn't going to save her, and yada yada yada, but it ends up, well, actually, the prince did save her.
Yeah.
The same way he kissed her when she was knocked out, because she said it was weird. But apparently they did some reshoots and the prince actually does kiss her to wake her up. So I thought that was in fact, he saves her twice in the movie. He saves her 2 times.
Oh.
So I guess the prince is going to save her, because they made it out like the prince isn't going to save her this time. Girl boss. And then he did actually save her, so that was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, in the refurbished store, DJI has a Mavic 3 Classic in their refurbished store.
Yes.
With the RCN one battery and a charger for $1,025.
I was gonna say, I was guessing $1,000.
Yep.
That's not bad. You should just wait until the Mavic 4 comes out, because I'll be honest with you, I know somebody that'll sell you an Air 3S cheap. Because my Air 3S is gonna hit the bricks as soon as the Mavic 3 comes out, or Mavic 4 rather. Yep, it's out.
Yep.
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 But we'll see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, you going to the South Florida meetup?
I was thinking about it.
Oh, yeah, it's next week. You might want to think about it.
You know,
It's not too far for you, right? What is it, 20, 30 miles? 10?
Well, it would take about 2 hours to get there if I walked.
Yeah? Backwards.
No,
Through
no,
hot lava.
It's a 15-minute drive, so you know.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little closer to the meetup than I am to work. Actually, a little bit closer.
Cool.
So yeah, I
Cool.
think I'll be there
Oh, awesome sauce.
with bells on. I got the schedule worked out already, so that's fine. I'll be working Friday, but I'll just walk right over into the bar when I'm like I did last year,
Right.
and just start serving everybody.
What kind of grub you guys gonna have? Should we show up early for
I don't know. They've got a whole kind
whatever
of
they dig up out of the bottom of the freezer?
Well, like pretty much. They got the sales. They go to these shows. They get samples. You know, the food shows from our vendors, and sometimes they even drop some off for us to try. And it's not like this much. It's a case, you know.
Right.
So they got
Cool.
several cases of that. So I don't know exactly. It'd probably be like last year. Last year's was pretty good, I thought.
I didn't think it was bad at all.
They put out fried shrimp, for Christ's sakes. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
Fried
More
shrimp.
fried shrimp. Yeah, fried shrimp.
Fried
And
shrimp,
nuggets.
some kind of potato thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, some kind of fried potato things.
What the hell else did they have out there? They had a bunch of stuff out. They put a lot out last year.
Mozzarella sticks, I think. Fried mozzarella sticks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. It was free. Man, never complain about free food, dude.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, don't eat it, but don't complain about it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
2 years ago,
now we're so much closer
I
now.
actually bought a vegetable platter. That seemed to go well. Maybe I'll do that.
Did you zoom in? Because you're really
I
close
don't know
now.
what I've done.
Yeah.
Oh,
What camera are you using? What camera are you using?
I don't know. I just hit the camera on, camera off.
No, what camera are you using? Is it your phone?
Yeah, iPhone.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why.
It's and now it's low battery.
Yeah, man. Are those iPhone earbuds too?
No,
You don't see those every day anymore.
Corded ones. Yeah, the cord.
Oh, okay. You have the iPhone ones though? The Apple ones?
Yeah. This is the
No way.
Official one. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't even know those were around. You don't never see them anymore. Yeah. Might be worth something. Get like collectors or something. Dad, it's a plane! Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Dad, it's a plane!
I still have a pair of corded earphones that I got. It was a special deal when I bought the V20. You guys remember the V20?
Oh, there
LG?
you go.
Is that LG V20? Yeah, LG.
That was the last top tier phone that actually had a changeable, easily changeable battery.
Oh, okay.
And if the back came off, you were able to swap the battery out. That was like the last top tier phone that had a swappable battery.
Yeah, it was the last top tier phone that wasn't waterproof too, though.
Right. Well, it wasn't waterproof.
Yeah.
I tend not to use my phone in the pool.
Yeah, well.
I'm not tested to see whether it's waterproof or not.
You say that until you drop one in a puddle and you're like, whew.
I have dropped a phone in water before, but that was 25, 30 years ago. I
really?
Yeah.
Oh, you done jinxed yourself now, dude. You're done. You're so gonna drop your phone in some water, in a sink or something, a toilet, something. You're done now, bro.
I think they did a study on that. I bet you 90% is toilet.
Yeah. It's mostly girls with them in their back pockets.
Yeah, that's probably yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
why is the print on the banners backwards?
Anyway, I got a pair of headphones for $15, and these were supposedly $120 headphones. They were Bang & Olufsen B&O headphones that you got for $15 when you bought the phone. I still got them. matter of fact.
That makes sense. I got the old Beats ones when I got my HTC. I used to buy HTC phones, and they would give you Beats earbuds.
Yeah.
My first phone was a Kyocera phone.
I thought it was a Graham Bell.
Yeah.
And the serial number was 11. The serial number was 11. Yeah, I can see it. That's pretty cool.
Focusing on
when he was a kid, his phone number was 2.
There's a B and an O. It says B and O on there, but you can't read it.
No.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I still got them. And then I stuck, because it's a mini 8 millimeter. So then I get this little.
Did you get a dongle? Yep.
Dongle.
Yeah. I still got my Sennheiser HOs, but I never listen to them anymore. But they're wired.
They still around, Bang & Olufsen?
Yes.
They're a pretty big deal for a while.
One of my best friends had the Bang & Olufsen stereo that you hung on your wall and had a CD player. And when you hit the button, the CD player cover lifted up, and you popped it in. And then it closed it and it went back down. Everybody loved that. That was just cool.
Cool.
Yeah, Bang & Olufsen's pretty high end, Or at least they were. I don't know anymore, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, they were. That's why. Oh, that's a deal. I'll get that. And they're okay. They're all right.
They're all right.
Yeah.
So did you work today, Art?
Yes, I did. Yeah. And I'm going to be working tomorrow, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I worked last Saturday, so I'm not working this Saturday.
Yeah, we got a big Airbus product that we got to get out Monday, so I'm coming in tomorrow. The 2 of us are going to work on it and get it done.
Get those widgets done.
Yeah. Those
based on these prices, they're still high end. I just went to their website.
Bang & Olufsen is pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I got all Rotel stereo equipment. I'm thinking about getting rid of it, to be honest with you. It's an 11-piece stack, and then I got all these big-ass speakers, and I'm considering getting rid of it and getting like a sound bar and calling it good. I don't listen to music anymore anyway.
Yeah.
Who listens to music at home? I almost never listen to music at home.
Yeah,
No?
I heard a new song today called AOC by Classic Vinyl.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I sent you a link to it.
You did?
Dominic, I think, heard it, but it's pretty funny. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, God, don't do that.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Shit.
For all her faults.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you couldn't
not a bad looking chick.
You couldn't shut her up long enough to do anything with her, though.
Want to bet? I'd come up with a way to shut her up.
She came in last at Head Start class.
Head Start.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
You said head.
Head.
Yeah, just like beer. It's got a head on it.
Head.
Yeah.
How about them drones?
Yeah.
we were talking about drones. We were talking about buying drones.
You were talking about drones quite a bit.
How about that? Cost of drone.
How about that for a chance?
You know what? With the DJI reefer, it's tempting.
So,
It's like $1,000. The Mavic 3 Classic is a hell of a drone.
I'd still want to buy another battery. It only comes with one, but it comes with the charger. So. If you buy the drone only, you get the drone and the battery, and that one's only $965. But they don't have any.
Then you can use your controller.
yeah.
Oh no, I know. That's the
Okay, RC1 will work with it. So there you go. Yeah.
Mini 4K is now at $250.
No, I just like another battery, and I wouldn't use the bag anyway. I'd get a case for it, And so yeah, no, it'd be all right.
Yep. And what is it? The Spectra Mini is now at 219. Yeah,
Huh?
That's a good buy it. I wonder if I get it in time for the meetup.
there you go. Well, maybe.
What, the classic?
Yeah. The refurb
I'll tell you
glass.
what, I'll sell you my Air 3S at the meetup if the Mavic 4 is coming out.
I don't want the 3S. I'm sorry.
Why not?
I want the Mavic. I want the Mavic 3. I want the Mavic 3.
Are you crazy?
Why?
I don't know. I think the camera's probably better on the Mavic 3. I would say. It's not a far difference, but I would give it to the Mavic 3. I think the Air 3S flies better than the Mavic 3, though. It's faster, that's for sure. It's a lot faster, significantly faster. So,
Well, how much faster is it than the Air 2S?
oh Jesus, 20 miles per hour faster, probably.
Get out of here. What,
The Air 3S will do 60 miles per hour.
Huh?
The Air 3S will do 60 miles per hour.
The Air 3S goes 60?
It can do 60 miles per hour, yes.
Yeah, if it goes 88, it'll go into the future.
Yes.
And it ascends and descends way faster than Air 2S.
Well, I
Way
guess,
faster.
well, if you just shut it off, if you go whoop, there you go. No,
Yeah.
actually, you know what? You could turn off the remote on the DJI drone, and it'll still fly. It'll stay right there.
If you turn off the remote,
Yeah,
yeah,
but the Air 3S,
or it'll return.
does that come with a, do you have the controller? What controller you have with it?
Yeah, of course I have a controller. Yeah.
No, what controller do you have with it?
RC2.
Oh.
And 3 batteries and a hard case,
It's
a
got
GPC case.
1-inch sensor.
Yeah, 1-inch sensor, and then it has a secondary sensor for zoom, the optical
Right.
zoom sensor.
Yeah, we're over 1.3.
Yeah. It's a nice drone, and plus all the fucking ND filters you can handle, including the Polar Pros. The Polar Pro. Don't you remember my little dissertation on the stupid Polar Pro filter? I had to modify the damn
That's
gimbal
right.
cover to make it fit. Yeah.
Yep.
And I have an extra fast charger too. I got a charger with it that you plug in 200 watts, and it charges all 3 batteries at 200 watts. So it charges fast as hell. I think that's all I got for it. I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. It's a nice drone, but you're not wrong. The Mavic 3 Classic is going to have a better camera, I think, overall. Because it has variable aperture and it's a 1/1/3. You know what I mean? Oh, no, not 1/1/3, 1 1/3. So, or a micro 4/3 or whatever you want to call it. So,
It's a 4/3, right? Is that what you're saying?
4/3, yeah. Well, 4/3 is 1 1/3. I don't know why I got to do that to myself. I don't like saying 4/3 is why. Because 4/3 is 1 1/3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
If it was 5/3, it'd be 1 2/3. God damn it! It would be 5/3. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. It's weird.
21 meters per second. So what is that in miles per hour?
What, the Air 3S?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It does 60. It has to have no tailwind. It has to have no headwind, though, and it'll do 60. There's some caveats, but I've done it. It does 60 like a beast. And 04 is better than 03, too. You get better signal back to the controller and all kinds of shit, which isn't that important if you're not going to fly that far away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, according to
Hell,
them,
I even have the prop guards.
According to them, it goes 47 miles an hour.
Who? DJI?
DJI.
Keep looking.
I just did
Keep looking.
21 meters per second on DJI's Air 3S
Yeah.
spec. Air 3S
Let me
spec.
see.
At sea level in windless condition, 21 meters per second. At sea level with 6 meters per second tailwind, while flying in the same direction as the wind, is 27 meters per second.
Okay, there it is. Like I said, there's caveats. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to hype it.
Hour wind. Then it hit 60. Yeah, that's exactly. Like
When was the last
60.
time you've flown? There wasn't a 6 mile per hour wind.
And I had to be flying in the direction of what if I'm flying into the wind?
It'll do 47.
Yeah.
No, it will.
No wind.
It's kind of, it's weird. It's kind of capped. It's weird how they do it. You know, 45-minute flight time, 20 kilometers of video transmission. You've seen all the videos with the return to home, right? You've seen all the videos with return to home, right?
Yep.
Where it flies in the parking garages and shit. It lands on guys' balconies and whatnot. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
You know, that Tech Drone Media, whatever his name is, he's done quite a bunch of those too, where it's flown through all these trees and shit and lands on his patio underneath the cover.
Now the Air 2S is 19 meters per second, which is 42.5 miles per hour.
So almost 20 miles per hour difference. Or 17 or 15 miles per hour.
That's with no wind. It's only, according to DJI, it's only from 52.5 to 47.
Okay.
That's not with the wind behind it. That's the actual level.
That's fair. I'll go along with that. What's the ascent and descent though?
Ascent is 6 meters per second. Descent is 6 meters per second. Let's see what the deal with the Air 3S is. 10. 10 meters per second. At 4 is a
That's
big
ascent,
difference.
right?
Yeah, at both.
Ascent. And what about descent?
The same, 10.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
But that's let's see, 10.
Yeah, that's almost double, right?
Well, yeah, 6 would be 13 and a half about, and 10 would be 22 and a third about.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, 10 miles.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm looking at it now. I've seen 60 on it a bunch of times, but you know, I'm probably flying with the wind or whatever. The altitude is higher too, I believe, because now it's 6,000 meters. Max takeoff. Hey, you know what? Another thing that's funny. I don't know if the Air 2S will do it, but the Air 3S will go up to 3,200 meters now.
It does have LiDAR, doesn't it?
Yes, it has LiDAR.
I forgot all about that.
There's a lot going on with the Air 3S. There really is. But I ain't gonna lie. I'm jumping back into the premium, you know, with the Mavic 4. I don't even need it, but I just want it. Oh, and it has 42 gigabytes of internal storage too. So if you forget your SD card or whatever, you got 42 gigs.
I got 8.
Oh, well, you're all set. Never mind. I think that's like what, 6 usable or 4 usable or something like that.
I don't know what it is.
I forget what the usable is.
It doesn't last all that long, no. I mean, drop it down to 1080p and maybe use it for a little while.
Fair. I guess upward tilt 70 degrees on the Air 3S too, which is a little bit better, but it doesn't have that camera knock. I'll give it that too. It doesn't drop the camera when you're in sport. You fly forwards. It doesn't drop the camera like a lot of them do.
Doesn't do that. The minis.
Oh, really? Don't?
No.
The Mavic 3 will do it, by the way. Mavic 3 does it.
Oh, it's a pretty heavy setup in the front of that drone too. So I guess I understand it. No, I used to have that happen with the Mini. The Mini.
Right.
I don't remember it lately. I don't know if they somehow fixed that with the upgrade or the updates or what, but I don't recall it. Last few times I took it out, I don't recall it doing that because it used to irritate me, you know.
Irritate.
So I obviously would remember, you know what I mean, if it happened the last couple of times I took it out. I don't know. Now you got me thinking. Why? What do you want for it?
I don't know. Whatever Adorama will give me for it.
$50.
That's fair, right?
Yeah. Give him $50.
Yeah, 51. Come on.
Then I'll have to sell that controller. I won't need it anymore.
Well, you have an Air 2S still.
No, I'm selling. If I buy yours, I'm selling my other one to Lloyd.
Lloyd, yeah. We might as well sell it to him with the controller.
Dominic says too much interference, going to have to drop out.
What's that? That's it. That's that. Good night, everybody.
Dom. The life of the show's gone.
life of the show.
He had a lot going on, though. I gotta say,
all that.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Don just threw up a little bit in his mouth. Would your sausage, your gravy is. Oh, you're not the one making the sausage. Is he the one making the sausage? Yeah, he's making.
It's
the
Don.
sausage.
Don.
It made him throw up in his mouth. It kind of looks like throw up, really. But it's
Mm.
delicious. Delicious.
Oh, did he show it to him? Did he show it?
No. I just.
Oh,
It looks doesn't white gravy look.
biscuits and gravies don't look good. It does. It's not a.
Tell me you haven't had vomit that looked like that over the course of your life.
Right. Yeah, it's
But it's awesome.
But it's really good though. Lots of food that looks bad tastes good.
Yeah.
If you think about it, yeah, lots of food that isn't exactly aesthetically appealing
Yeah.
is.
The same can be
it's
said
pretty
about
good.
some women.
Yeah. Put a bag over. Mm.
They weren't aesthetically pleasing, but they tasted good.
Yeah.
Right back to the gutter, he says.
There you go.
I keep trying to climb out and they keep pulling me back in.
Yeah. Let me get that Mary Burke video put back up. There we go.
Says I'm eating.
Mary Burke. Oh.
Yeah.
No, I mean, she's all right. 20 years ago, she was probably smoking. If
Oh,
she had
yeah.
all that equipment back then, or if that's not a late addition. You know what I'm saying? Because all these women go through that little phase. I've seen it a bunch of times just in my
Late
personal life.
model, like a new
Yeah,
car.
they hit about. Yeah, it's like they got a new paint job and they get, maybe some
little body work.
Got all the
they get a
dents
little body
out.
work done. They get a little body work, you know what I mean? It's little additions.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little mid-cycle refresh or something.
That's right, Philip. Sometimes smoothies can look terrible, but they always taste good,
Yeah.
My wife's Filipino cooking, some of it would scare you, and it doesn't mean it doesn't taste good.
No, exactly. Yeah. But Mary Burke, man, like I said, she's all right. I like to pick on her, but she's not someone I would drool over. Is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I'm
why I
not
would
saying
look at
she's
that channel.
ugly. I'm not saying.
I don't know why I would look at that channel a second time. Totally agree with you.
No. Yeah. She's okay and stuff, but she's not saying anything all that interesting. She's not doing anything all that interesting. She's got big ass boobs. Hooray.
Mhm.
The internet is full of boobies. It's like booby central. You know what I mean?
I live in Florida. People almost get dressed down here every day. I see plenty. See plenty of everything.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. And some of the latest fashions or whatever you want to call it, it's getting even worse. Well, it comes in waves, doesn't it? Because I remember when I was younger, for a minute there, it was perfectly fine for women to wear transparent tops. I mean, I remember being in school and a girl showed up with a white sweater on with nothing underneath, and she wasn't sent home. None of that.
Yep.
So it comes and goes. It's really weird. We get
She
like
was going to
prudish.
the office though.
No, we get really prudish, and then we kind of go woo, and then they go prudish again, and it goes woo. It comes in cycles. It seems like, because even pants now, you see the women now, the high waisted pants they're all wearing. I keep seeing, but like 10, 15 years ago, frick, you couldn't go to the club without seeing every girl's there's butt crack, basically, because they're wearing some slow cut jeans.
Just barely cover the top of the trim. Yep.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Exactly. That was a thing for the longest, and now all of a sudden they're all back in the high waisted pants again. So
yeah, they look good too, though. I mean, if they're form fitting, they make the butt look better. I don't know. They don't have to be naked to look good or to look sexy.
No.
I really don't. I know what a nipple
think
looks like. I know. I know what. I know. In fact, we've probably seen the whole range of saucer plates, to this, to that, to the, different colors, brown, pink, So we don't need to see yours, till later.
Nope. Till later. Yep. Yeah, you're right, Matt. Yeah, to each their own. It's just interesting how these trends go, is all I'm saying. The Daisy Dukes, where holy crap, why even bother wearing shorts?
Right.
Where there's nothing there. And then remember that trend where they would have their pants zipped down like halfway too, unbutton and zip down like halfway? That was a thing for a minute. Wearing your
I
bra on the
remember that. They
outside
may
of
have
your
been
shirt.
doing that because they saw you coming down the street, Lon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the pants started falling off preemptively. Nah, man, it was a thing. And they would roll the tops down. They would unzip their pants like halfway and roll the top down. I could burn you a bunch of pictures. It used to be quite the thing for a while. My ex, I got pictures of my ex wearing her shirts like that. Where they rolled halfway down, zipped half down, rolled down. All her friends were the same way. So,
Mudball, the best striptease conceals more than it shows. Well, I mean, to a point. I mean, striptease with a burqa on.
She got some black cock and white cock. Oh, God, this is the oldest joke ever.
It's
the oldest joke ever. Yeah, I used to use white cock, but then I started using black cock, and once I started using black cock, I could never go back to white
video,
cock.
And it's senseless. It's when to use black cock and when to use white cock, and she was caulking around a black door frame and a black window frame. So you wouldn't use the white cock, you'd use the black cock. It's like, what the hell video is this?
Well, really? Thank you very much.
You mean that you had to teach somebody to match the color? It's insane. And she was even on the door. She was only doing like a little piece of it just to repair one little piece that was missing. So you would do that with white on a black frame,
right?
Come on.
Come on.
Well, it's cock handling tips from Mary Burke.
There you go. Build up your stamina. Yeah, there you go.
Build up your endurance.
We should start a cartoon channel called Mary Burqa. and have her do like Mary Burke videos, top to bottom in a burqa.
All right.
What do you think? I think it'd be great. Be sexy. Art'd watch it.
Art'd watch it.
Yeah. Oh, it should be a hit in the Middle East. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ooh,
Ahmed, did you see that? Did you see that Haja Burke?
Yeah. Look at the bump.
Yeah. I can almost see her ankle.
Yeah.
I like a girl in a long jacket. That's a song one.
I know.
Okay.
Short skirt, long jacket, or something like that.
Women with sexy panties. That's Randy.
Yeah.
He likes to unwrap his gifts.
Topless girl in blue jeans.
Topless guy. That's his kink. That's his kink, he says.
Oh, okay. I wonder if I got that picture of my ex. Like I said, walking around with her, like you said, she had her pants half zipped. She walked around like that all the time.
How about boots?
It's half zipped. Boots, like the thigh highs or something like that.
Any boots, just boots on a chair.
Nah.
How about
you ever have to take those bitches off?
Just leave them on.
Oh, not my bed, buddy. My bed.
Never said you was making it to the bed. What the hell? There's a couch. There's a floor. There's a table.
Yeah.
Although I don't do much on tables. They don't.
So this is Mary Burke washing something topless.
Yeah, a clean machine.
Yeah, she's in very fine shape for a woman her age.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If I was her husband, I would be delighted to come home to that every day. If I was like 60 years old, she's 55 or whatever. Yeah, I would be perfectly happy with that.
My wife is just as physically fit as that woman, but she's not outside topless washing things.
No, why not?
I don't understand.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Do you watch her all the time? You never know.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious if we stumbled over Bill's wife doing Mary Burke style videos. Oh my God, I'd pass out. Well, how would you like to find that out? How would you like to be Mary Burke's husband and he doesn't know she does this? How would you like to be that guy and he finds out one day somehow? How would you like to trip over that? Or your wife's been doing OnlyFans for like a couple years and you don't know it?
I'd be pissed. Yeah. Where's the money? What you been doing with the money, bitch? Turn it over. You get half.
Jeans and topless. There you go. So Don's happy now. Jeans and topless.
Yeah. She likes silver also. Yeah.
I like overalls. I think that is a sexy look. I'll give her that. The
Yeah.
side boob is where it's at, as far as I'm concerned. Side boob, yeah.
Yeah.
So, so I'm on board. I'm on board with the overalls.
I used to wear. I
With
used to
nothing
wear
else on.
overalls. I used to wear overalls.
I
without a
got
shirt.
4 pairs upstairs right now.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how sexy I looked, but of course I was younger.
I'm sure you look super sexy, Bill.
I was slim back. No, I was slim back then. I was only about 210. I was very slim.
Oh yeah, I remember 210.
With his pin showing,
19.
out top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, very slim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Used to wear a cowboy hat and work boots and coveralls.
And what kind of shirt? Button down?
No shirt.
No shirt. Oh, stud.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah.
On occasion.
Hey,
it'd
what
be a
else were
shirt.
you wearing?
On a class, I'd probably put a t-shirt on. Probably. Maybe.
Yeah, a lot of people like underboob. I agree the underboob is hot, but
When in the world the headlines read, the folks' heart is filled with freedom. Rob and steal from those who need. Who writes this wrong with blinding speed? It's underboob.
underboob. I waited the whole time for you to get to that.
I know it was long. When I started, I thought, "Oh, this is long." Before I get to the underboob part.
Yeah. So you guys don't like side boob, huh? Okay.
Underdog, by the way, for
Who
those
eats
who
their own?
don't know. Huh?
Yeah, that was my favorite show. I used to run home from school because it would come on like at 3:30. We got out of school like at 3:15, and so I had to hustle to get home in time.
The Underdog show, and they had they do little. It was like a variety show because they do little other cartoons too, like Tennessee.
Oh yeah, that's Simon.
Tuxedo and Chumley.
Yeah,
with Mr.
Tennessee
Whoopi
Tuxedo.
Mr. Whoopi and his 3D BB.
Yep.
3D blackboard. And
3D blackboard.
But G Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah, and Simon. Oh no, he was one of the characters on the Underdog show. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. It was Tennessee Tuxedo. What about? Oh wait a minute, that was with Bullwinkle and Rocky. Never mind. I'm conflating shows now. Because
Who was Rocco Morocco? Was that Secret Squirrel?
I think that is Secret Squirrel. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's Secret Squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's Secret Squirrel.
And
you're right. It was a
Sweet Polly purebred.
Yeah. Oh, where has my underdog gone? Oh, where can he be? Oh, where is my underdog gone?
Pip, 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 and away I go.
There I go.
Molly Cox.
Yeah.
In my secret underdog ring, I fill with a magic super energy pill or something like that. I can't remember the exact words, but something like that.
In this,
it's a bird. It's a plane. It's a frog. It's a frog. Yep.
In the secret compartment of my ring, I fill with an underdog super vitamin energy pill.
Yeah, there it is. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
It's a frog.
It's a frog.
Or even frogs, just little old me.
Hong Kong Fooey. Yeah.
Underdog.
Tra-la-la-la-la-la.
Yeah, I used to love that one. Hong Kong Fooey. Yep. I love that show.
Underdog.
Banana for 5 minutes. And
But,
the sour grapes. Oh boy. Who can forget the sour grapes? Hey, we're the monkeys. Do.
A crop top. How you get under boobs with a crop top? That's a crop. That's no longer a top. It's all crop. It's all crop. You barely got a top.
That sounds like a crock.
That's, I mean, the side boob can be organic. You know what I mean? You don't have to destroy your clothes. You can be wearing something like a tank top or whatever.
Yeah.
And catch side boob.
Yep.
They should bring back tube tops, though. I used to love tube tops when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
YouTube Underdog full episodes is on YouTube for free.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I believe it.
Facebook, they've been playing MASH, little snippets of MASH on the reels. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
So
these people, and yeah, to each their own, but they need to stop it with the shorts and the reels. I mean, I'm so over it, and it's all a bunch of BS. And some of these shows, where do they even come up with these shows? And I'll be honest with you, once in a while, you go, okay, this is kind of interesting, and you get into it, and then it just cuts it off, and you can't find the part 2, part 3, part 4 anywhere. It's like they have like part 1 or whatever. You go, oh, this is mildly interesting, and then poof, and nobody ever says what the show is either in the description. So you watch like a 15-second, 30-second snippet of some show, and you go, huh, I wonder what show that is.
there you go.
You don't know because they don't tell you. But they're just stealing other people's shit. What it boils down to, they're just stealing other people's content. And you go to their channel, and they got like 500 videos, you know, and it's all just other people's content. You know, it's movies or whatever. Shit that they just snatched off. Yeah, really, that guy. But no, it's just it's stuff that they just picked from other people's stuff, and they cannibalize each other. And some of them have like the same creator have like 5 channels of the same shit. He just posts it 5 times.
How about
you know what I mean?
Uncle Roger? You know, he takes videos from food shows and he critiques them. Yeah.
Well, at least he's doing something. I mean, these are just straight up just clips from TV shows and movies and other people's content.
Right.
They're not even talking over it or nothing.
Right.
It's just flat out clips. You know what I mean? At least Uncle Roger's doing a critique and talking over it, at least.
Right.
Cool.
That's the fair use. That's fair use in general.
What the devil is a two-top? When I see two-top, I think a small table in a restaurant.
Oh, I said tube top, but I'm guessing he's just joking. Maybe I slurred. Maybe I stumbled over it a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tube tops.
Yeah, it's fair use. You transform the content. The rest of these guys, and when there is talking over it, it's some AI generated bullshit. You know, they don't even get the genders right half the time. They'll be like, and then she said it'll be clearly a dude, and then they'll call him he the next time. AI will call it she the time after that.
The Chinese toppers, my wife watches the women. He and him. Right? They do that all the time.
Captain Ray.
Yep. Hi, it's Ray Kelly. Hi, top of the morning to you, Ray.
Hi,
or
Ray.
Top of the evening.
Oh, you're right, cool cat. Who's that gal that was married to? Oh God, he was one of the hot actors back in the 80s, and she got those.
Oh wow.
She got those big duck lips.
What are you talking about?
You know, and it was like, ugh.
Don Johnson.
Yes,
and I'm guessing.
Right.
Shut up.
Yeah,
that's who you're talking about for real. Melanie Griffith.
No, it was
because Don Johnson was married to Melanie Griffith, wasn't he?
Sarah Bernhardt or whatever, Bernhardt.
Oh, that nasty thing.
That Jewish gal from Roseanne. No, that's no.
What?
She always had the duck lips from the beginning, but yeah.
Sarah Bernhardt's got duck lips. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, gross. She's just gross in general.
Yeah.
Day one, when she was in her 20s, she was gross, and it hasn't improved. Yeah. There's been no improvement here. You know what I mean?
It's not all that funny either. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think it was Don Johnson? Don Johnson's
Don Jesus. Although she's
kind
of looking rough lately. Ugh.
Who was married to Don Johnson? Don Johnson. Apparently, already thinks they were married to Don Johnson.
Yeah, because I think Don Johnson divorced Melanie Griffith. And it might have been Bruce Botzleitner that I'm thinking
Sandra
of.
Bernhard. That's not Sarah. Sandra. That's her.
Sandra Bernhard, who you're thinking of. Yeah.
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 Wow, she's 69. Yeah. Holy cow.
Giggity. Or noise. She's just.
And her partner is Sarah Switzer.
Oh, she's all into girls now?
I think she was.
The choices are limited. No, I'm just kidding. Any port in the storm.
She's an actress, comedian, and singer.
Since when?
I don't recall her singing.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was an actress or a comedian.
She was a comedian who makes believe she's an actress.
I wonder if she made enough money to where she's just kind of chilling now or something. Because there has a saturation point for most people anyway. There would be for me. I picked up about 20 million. I'd be done. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'd be Dunzo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see what the internet says.
Let's see what the internet says. Oh, great and glorious internet. Regale me with your thoughts on Sandra Bernhardt.
Sarah Bernhardt is an actress worth about $8 million.
Ah, there you have it. I could live on that if I had to.
But Urdu point says she's only worth $5 million.
Oh, okay. Now we're getting kind of
5 is fine.
5 is fine. I could live on 5, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you just lived on the interest, what would that be? 5 million.
Depends what kind of investment you made, but you could probably pull a 10% annualized off of a $5 million investment, which would be $500,000 a year. So, if I made 1% of that, it'd be because I make around 100K a year, so I'd only need like half of 1% on 5 mil, or is it?
Say you got 5 out of your investments, which is a lot more conservative than 10. I don't know that you can get 10. Right. I mean, without being really crazy with your investments. That's 250 grand is 5%.
Right. Gotcha. Right.
So I guess
I could live on that if I
even 4% would be 200 grand. Yeah, that'd be all right.
No, I could live on that easily, quite frankly, because I would not invest that whole 5 though. I would invest probably 3 or 4, maybe. I'd take $1 million and buy a house, and then I'd have no house payment. Buy whatever damn car I wanted, right?
Right.
And then whatever, and outfit the house however I wanted it, and that kind of horse shit. And hopefully put enough money in escrow to where when the property taxes come due, that's all handled. I probably put it in a guaranteed interest account for escrow, and then hopefully it'll pay the taxes.
That's right, Michael. I mean, look at
if you can get a good interest rate with good credit that is low enough, sometimes it's better to put that money in an interest-bearing account and make the payments, and you actually make money on the loan. If you
you're saying if I can get more money on the investment than the loan costs me.
4% loan, but you're getting 5% on your money. You leave the money.
I get you.
Leave that money in an account just to pay the loan off, and you gain the 1%.
That's fair. Just most people don't do that. See, that might be the plan going in, but that's why most people that win like the lottery and shit end up poor.
Plus, there's also
because
depending on what you buy, there's also advantages. I mean, the house. If you're gonna itemize, and with that kind of income, you probably would. Now you can write off your interest as well, off your taxes. So that's more savings.
You make valid points.
Drones and investment.
Name that as part of a business.
Investment advice, yeah.
Name that car as part of a business, write off the interest on that.
We are not licensed.
Actually, write the whole car off.
So all of this.
All investments come with risks.
Yeah.
Consult
your physician if needed.
Mrs. Johnson. Good one, Don. Thanks. Really appreciate your help.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got something to say until you actually ask him.
Literally. Consult a profession.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hear what you're saying, and there's something to be said for that. I think that it depends on how you take the money, too. If you take the money on a lump sum, which is what most people advise, or we take it annualized over 20 years or whatever, or payments. Annualized. We take it up the ass. No, if you take it in payments over 20 years, which I won't do because I don't plan on living for another 20 years. So I'm like, no way, give me all my money now. Now. Meow. So
Yeah, no, if I won the
I
lottery,
hear what you're saying.
I would take it.
I
now.
would just rather not have it over my head. You know what I mean? I hear what you're saying, and there's really
Well,
good
as long
merit
as you
because
left
you
that
could
money
just
in an account that you didn't touch it for anything but paying off the loan. It's always the money's always there to get that
Right.
thing gone. You know.
Yeah, you have to put enough money in that account to cover the loan interest.
Right.
So whatever
Well, you say
so
you
that
you
might
were going to
be
spend $1
$2
million.
million.
You were going to spend $1 million, put the $1 million in an interest-bearing account. You can get decent interest just in something safe with that much money.
Yeah, sure.
You
sure.
probably you might be able to get 5. I don't know now. I don't know. I don't know. I've never had that.
I don't know now. I used to have money market certificates that were giving me a decent return, but all that went away.
Yeah.
Hell, bonds aren't even that good anymore. Or even the stupid federal bonds. I forget what they're called anymore, but they're not that good anymore. Interest rate on those isn't that good. So
Treasury notes.
it's hard to say. Yeah, treasury notes. So if you get like 5%, I can see what you're saying. If you could get like 4% loan, I don't know. Sure, you can get a 4% loan right now, though. To be honest with you, I don't even get a 4% house loan. I don't think so. I think average is like 7 points now. But I haven't looked at it in a minute. To be honest with you,
No, I think it's gone down a little. Maybe I'm wrong.
has it?
I don't know.
Well,
Let's find out.
I would assume it has because I tell you what, Dodge keeps hammering me trying to give me 0% for 72 months. So I get an email from them almost every week trying to get me to buy the stupid Dodge Charger.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, Sophia Loren. Sophia Loren aged really well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Without a lot of surgery, or at least if she got surgery, it was subtle. It was subtle. If she got surgery, it was subtle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth has never been bangable as far as I'm concerned. I've seen pictures of her in the 60s. She wasn't bangable.
Yeah.
Rates as low as
You know,
4.8%, 5.2 APR, fixed mortgage.
There you have it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Rates as low as, you know.
All right. That means you're perfect. You walk in with 800, probably 750 to 800. Yeah.
Don,
I'm just over.
Queen Victoria was bangable.
Yours is 820 something? Jesus. Yeah. Good job. I'm still struggling at 7.
It used to be higher, but it went up a little. It went down a little bit because I let 2 credit cards just expire. They were empty for so long that they canceled them, and I don't read my email. You know,
right?
I
had that happen too.
And if I know they're empty, so when they send me paper in the mail,
just throw it away.
I throw it away. I don't read it because it's empty.
Why read it? What's the point?
So I lost one of my Visas and my American Express because they were empty for like 2.5, 3 years or something.
Yeah. I lost the card. I almost lost my Prime Visa card because I never used it. So I had to hurry up and buy something with it real quick.
Oh, that's what I'm doing now. I still got more, and I just put something on it and pay it off that immediately. Pay no interest,
There you go.
I had the same problem. I had a Walmart card of all things. I bought my GoPro Karma with a Walmart credit card because you can buy. You'd be surprised what you can buy through Walmart.com.
Oh yeah,
almost anything. Quite frankly,
I think.
Yeah, pretty much anything. So they had a really good price on it. So I'm like, whatever. And they go, would you like to use our credit card? 2 years, 0% interest? I go,
yeah.
Sure. And they approved me right at the cash register. I don't know if they do that anymore, but it was right at the cash register. They approved me. I just typed in my information and you're approved. Right on the spot.
That's why I like T-Mobile. I don't pay for my phones up front because they divide the cost of the phone up into your payments without a contract. And, of course, if you quit, you owe the whole remainder, But without a contract, they just divide up the payments. Why would you pay for it with today's money when you can pay for it with next year's and a year,
Well, sure. Verizon and Samsung do that too. But what I don't like about the way most carriers do, and I don't know about T-Mobile, so I won't speak on it. But Verizon, they give you $900. They'll give you a trade-in and let you make payments on the difference. But the trade-in, you only get payments from them on the trade-in. So they give you like $20 a month or $25 a month. Let's say they tell you they're going to give you $900 for your old phone.
Right.
Then they only give you $25 a month spread over 3 years or whatever it is. I don't want to get into the math, and if you walk away, you lose all that. So let's say in a year you go, I want to go to T-Mobile or whatever. You're not getting your old phone back, and you're not getting that difference. So if they only paid you $300 for your old phone, and they owe you, but they told you $900, it's not like they're gonna send you a check for $600. You know what I mean? You just lose that. It's in the contract. So I don't bother. I trade in with Samsung now because Samsung gives you all your money up front. If they tell you gonna give you $1,000 for your old phone, they take $1,000 off the new phone and they cut you a bill for $250 or $300, and you're done. So I don't like that payment, that trade-in payment. I don't like it.
My phone doesn't have a scratch on it, but it's got some burning on the screen, right? So, but I took it in because it was actually on the list of phones where I could get 1,000 off. So I was going to go get myself a Samsung, and I went there and they wouldn't take it because of the burning. And she said, "But if you want, you can replace the screen and then trade it in. You get the $1,000." I said, "Well, the reason I wanted to bring it in is because of the burning on the screen. Otherwise, why would I even trade the phone in? The phone's fine. Phone's got 12 gigs of RAM. It's got a still fairly late model. I mean, how much faster are they? Really, than they were 2 years ago, even. 2 or 3 years ago. Those they were already 8-core processors. I mean, it's not a PC, for Christ's sake. The amount of power in our phones is ridiculous. It really is. You hook that up to a monitor and a keyboard, and you could run whatever you want. Seriously.
Yeah.
And what is it for?
It's the S25 Ultra right here. This stupid thing. It's insane.
I think mine has the 888, I believe, which came out just before that new series.
S10.
I used to love my S10. I had the ceramic white. I love my S10.
Yeah.
I had the 1 terabyte ceramic white.
I bought my wife when it was a new model.
You bought your wife? How much was she?
She was a new model. You gotta understand.
How much?
No, it was a Pixel 6a because she doesn't really care. She doesn't want she doesn't care about the latest and greatest. The only negative thing I can say about that,
No doubt.
Yeah, well, that's true. But and it's been a great phone. She's had it now for a couple of years, I guess. I don't know, whenever it came out till now, and it was only $500, and it does great.
Yeah.
Got more than enough RAM, does everything she wants it to do, and it works good. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, we overbuy. We overbuy everything. Yeah. I'm staring here at an 85-inch 8K TV. Who needs that? Nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got drones that fly 20 kilometers away and shooting 4K or 6K with the Mavic 4 or, 8K, some of them and shit like that. Who needs that? Nobody. Nobody needs it. Nobody needs it. But I got a car out there that does 170 miles per hour. Who needs that? Nobody.
Nobody.
155 maybe. I don't remember. But guess what? I want it. I want it, damn it. So
my daily driver is a pickup truck. And
how much stuff do you haul?
90.
How often do you haul in it?
I keep stuff in it. There's stuff back there. There's a chair and a table. There's a chair and a table for when I fly drones. There's a big old tool bag back there. That's
some funny shit.
There's a styrofoam that I use as a toolbox. It's one of those foam containers they give you when you order steaks. When you order steaks.
Yeah, Omaha steak or whatever.
So I ordered for two different families. So they put them together, the jackasses. I wanted 2 separate ones to give it to them. So, but anyway, it was. Fortunately, I also bought it. I was able to move them around. I have one. I save those things when I get them. They're in my shed. There's a stack of them back there. They come in handy once in a while. But anyway, that's back there with tools in it. So I got stuff in there, and it's not horrible on gas. I get around 18 around town and 20 some.
A 96 Toyota Camry.
Low to mid 20s on the highway. It's fine. Do I need it every day? No. But owning a house, it does come in handy. When you want to pull a boat or pull a trailer.
Sure. That boat you use all the time.
I used it to bring that motorcycle down here. I did tow something with it.
Yeah, that boat you use all the time.
Sure. I'll tell you what, though, one of my appliances goes. I don't pay for delivery and I don't wait for delivery. I just go get it.
Fair enough.
Whatever's there, put it in the truck, bring it home.
Yeah, I hear tell that your wife's car will pull a trailer. That's a rumor, though.
What?
There's an old rumor going around that your wife's car can pull a trailer.
Well, I heard you, but I don't understand the joke.
You don't need a truck. You keep talking about pulling trailers and shit. I'm like,
I'm not going to do that with a four-cylinder turbo, tiny one. It's a 1.6 turbo.
Oh, come on! You're talking like 700 pounds or something like that. 1,000 pounds. I'm pretty sure her little whatever it is will pull it.
Well, the motorcycle with the trailer was at least that. It's probably
I'll say about $1,000. Yeah, I'll go along with that. I put hitches on cars. I quit buying trucks and started buying cars and putting hitches on them, on the car.
Yeah, but down the road, I'd like to have myself some little vacation trailer.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
That's one of
camper.
Yeah, a little, nothing big. She's tiny. She fits.
The tiny ones. Those are cute, but I don't know. I think those went out of style already. I think they had like a year run where everybody's like, "Oh my god, those are awesome!" And they went out and bought them, and then they lived with them for about a year, and he went, Me
having a pickup truck would be handy when I go get the pizza for the meetup. By the way, the bed of that truck.
Oh, there you
because
go.
the SUV would never carry all those pizzas. Nope.
It might. If you want your SUV.
But you go pick it up in the Cybertruck. You want to go get the pizza in the Cybertruck? We're driving in the Cybertruck down there, and he got a beast too. He bought the Cyber Beast and the whole shebang of bang. I'm like, Jesus, Billy.
It's gonna smell like pizza in there. You know.
It's gonna smell worse than that. He's driving it all the way from Philly.
Why does this pizza smell like Billy's ass?
Yeah.
Why do you know what Billy's ass smells like?
Because
yeah, he could all stuff if he wanted. Yeah. I had like 3-4 trucks in a row. I thought it was a shit. You know, I'm like, yeah, you got me a truck.
I just like driving them. I had a nice little 4-cylinder SUV, that Santa Fe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
oh,
that was a
4-cylinder one.
It was fine. It was a perfectly fine, perfectly fine SUV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it only had 40,000 miles on it, maybe 40 something. I traded it in. Still wasn't new, but it wasn't old or worn out or anything. You know, it was in good shape.
I bought covers for every last one of my pickup trucks, hard covers. That's how much I use them as to haul shit. It was just a big trunk as far as I was concerned. The back of my pickup truck was just a big trunk.
I have a tonneau cover on there, and it's, you know, it doesn't exactly, it's not exactly security, but it keeps peering eyes out, and anybody can cut through it if they wanted to.
Yeah, I had one of those hard covers. Checkmate makes them. A company called Checkmate. I'll never forget because I got one for every truck. And yeah, it's a hard cover, and then it locks on the inside because you can lock your tailgate if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. So it had a lock on the inside, so you can lock it, and then you lock the tailgate. And secure is not the word I use because it was made out of fiberglass and aluminum, right? But
no, that's secure.
The average person's not getting in there. Yeah,
it'd be difficult to get difficult to get in there. Even
you'd have to break shit.
Right.
You're not just getting in there.
Right, because the lock's not even exposed. It's hidden behind the tailgate.
Behind the tailgate.
So they either gotta pick the tailgate, which you probably can't because if it's electric, there's no keyhole. You know,
right.
Like mine's electric, for example. There's no
keyhole.
So you'd be left to taking a crowbar to that fucking cover, you know, and prying up the hardware.
Yep. So I liked them too because I was on hydraulics, you know what I mean? So once you release it, it'd go up 30 degrees, let's say. So you could, load it up with shit. But like I said, my truck bed was a big fucking trunk, and that's it. That's it, man. I just gotta be honest.
I'm reading what Philip said. What about the flip phone with 28 megabytes of storage and 128 megabytes of memory? So you mean 128 gigs?
RAM. 28 megs of RAM and 128 megs of storage?
It's gigs. RAM's isn't gigs. It hasn't been in megs for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Like he's got an old StarTech. Maybe he's got a StarTech.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a StarTech. Maybe he's got him a StarTech, dude. StarTech or the old Razor. Star Trek or some shit.
I
Star
remember
I
Trek.
used to,
8 megs of RAM was like $300. Just
Oh,
for eight,
yeah.
8 sticks
Yeah.
of 8 megs.
I used to
My
buy
first
eventually-
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Art.
I used to buy cell phones in bulk, and I'd fix them up, turn around, sell them on eBay. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds lucrative.
It
How
did.
many Lamborghinis did you buy with that?
Oh yeah, quite a few. Matter of fact. Yeah, I did that for a few years, and then everybody else started doing the same thing and drove the
Bastards.
price down. And it's like shit.
Dirty bastards. How dare they
Dirty
copy you?
bastards. Yeah,
Yeah. Fixing up shit and flipping it was your invention.
yeah.
Yeah. How dare they copy you, some bitches? But yeah.
You know what I should do? I
Go
should
ahead.
bring that motorcycle, that red one, down there and see if somebody will buy it from me.
You never know. You never put a big for sale sign on it. You never know, man.
Yeah.
It's surprising what happens.
You got to try to sell it. I haven't, because
I've read that somewhere that things sell better when you actually
put them up
list
for
them.
sale.
Yeah, when you put like a for sale sign on it, at least
Yeah.
list it somewhere.
No, I think I'm going to replace the fill tank on it.
Anything,
Yep.
word of mouth, Facebook Marketplace, something.
Yep.
Something.
I
Something. I sold my motorcycle. Oh, go ahead, Art. Go
I
ahead.
sold my Lenovo i7 laptop. It was what was it? Oh, it was 2016 that the company gave me before they sold the company. The head boss, not my supervisor, but the boss. I said, "Hey Keith, can I have one of those laptops?" He goes, "Here, take two." One of them was an i5 and the other one was an i7, the i7. And they both came with docking ports on them. And they didn't have HDMI, but they did have the DV ports. So you could get an adapter and you could watch it on your TV. Yeah. So sold one. I'm still trying to sell the i5. I think it was
For how much?
it was 125, but I'm asking 100. Yeah.
So we talking your i5 Gen 3 or something?
Yeah. The other one, the i7, I got 125 for it. Yeah. Yeah.
I gave my old i7 laptop away. Oh.
Yeah.
Probably
I
gotta
sold
get-
an Alienware M7. No, I'm just kidding. I gave my laptops away. You know,
Me too.
I'm like,
So I got this Dell, what is it, 5420? It's like 810.
Inspiron
No, this is Latitude.
Latitude.
And then I have another one that's older than that, but the problem is it won't turn on. I thought it was
Well, that's a serious problem.
yeah.
That's a problem.
That would make it difficult to
I
sell.
did do the thing where you the BIOS might have been corrupt, so if you hit I think it's control escape or control tab, and it clears the BIOS, and it worked for a while. And let's see what I so I was getting ready to sell it, and I plugged it in, turned it on. I go, oh shit, still won't come on. And I tried
Nothing
that
comes on the screen at all.
Blank screen.
Mm.
I don't even get
The fan doesn't fire up. Nothing happens, huh?
the little light on the button will come on. Just no screen. So
Plug it in and take the battery out of it and plug it in.
okay.
It'd be a shorten the battery will do funky things to your
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah, that's what I might do this weekend.
Give it a try. Couldn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing I do when somebody has an old laptop and they're having all kinds of weird issues.
Right.
Take that battery out, and you'd be surprised how many times that's all it was. You know,
Mm.
a lot of times it's not, but many times it was. The battery was just so bad
Hmm.
that the system just it was causing problems because
Right.
there's charging monitoring systems in there, and it starts glitching and whatever. Anyway, give it a try. Doesn't hurt.
Right.
Did you have it
And
off for a while, just sitting? Was it
Uh,
turned off and sitting?
I had it plugged in for a long time, and then I turned it on, and it just wouldn't come on. I unplugged
But it
it.
was it was plugged in the whole time before you went to turn it on.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It never got unplugged.
Nope.
No, Bill.
I
There
mean,
you go.
it took quite a while. I don't know how long it was, but
Take the battery out and try it anyway.
yeah, that's
Yeah, the
that's
battery.
what I thought. It might.
I mean, no, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to work, but it's the first thing I would try.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have it sleeping or off?
Easiest thing to do.
Was it sleeping or off?
Well, yeah, I had it off when I had it plugged in. I always shut it.
So that it won't ruin the battery for it to be off, right? It's not gonna,
No, it
just
still
sit there.
charges. It'll still charge with the laptop off as long as it's plugged in. It'll continue to charge the battery.
It'll stay charged, but I don't think it's not discharging necessarily.
It's not supposed to. Well, no,
Right.
it'll discharge some. I mean, it's just like anything else. But having that trickle on there, I don't know. Who knows if it ever made it to 100%? I mean, that's part of the problem. If it doesn't make it to 100%, it's constantly trying to charge it. A bad
Is
battery
Don in the back room?
A bad battery doesn't generally make it to 100%.
No. It's
Okay,
only
just
3 of
checking.
us. Yeah, because
was late. He asked if it was too late to join the panel.
Yeah.
Here's because I wondered if it was sleeping because you said you reset the BIOS, and I'm concerned that if you didn't have automatic updates turned off, that might have been what happened. It tried to download or upload or whatever you want to call it, a new BIOS that didn't work for what your system you had, and then you cleared it, and then it did it again.
I've only seen one system that actually updates BIOS automatically like that. Most of the time, you got to do the BIOS yourself. Now,
I don't know. I think you can set it for auto, can't you?
Microsoft Goes automatically do their BIOSes. That much that I do know, because they had a bad one and it bricked tens of thousands of Microsoft Goes around the country. They said, "Well, you need to buy a newer one." That seemed to be the response. These people were sharing the responses from Microsoft on it. Well, that model is no longer. Well, if it's not supported, then why are you updating the BIOS, you jackasses?
Yeah, no shit.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll tell you it's not them. They'll tell you that it's the chip manufacturer.
And the
or the motherboard manufacturer. The motherboard manufacturer was updating the BIOS.
I'm saying it bricked it. I mean, everything worked except it didn't recognize. Those have an onboard chip basically for its RAM, for its memory, for its storage. Excuse me. You can't replace the hard drive in those things.
Is it Optane or is it? Oh, you're saying the onboard storage is hard soldered in?
Right.
Because we're not talking about Optane memory, are we?
No.
You know how they have that secondary pre-memory back when you had a hard drive.
It's not memory. This is no, it's not that. No, they
okay.
The operating system stopped recognizing it as a primary drive. It sees it there because I booted up to a thumb drive. It's got a USB.
Well, speaking of booting up, it's about that time to shut down. I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming to the show. Hope you find it entertaining, even with Lon's rattling ice or nuts, whatever
There's candy.
Candy. You all have a great weekend. Don't forget Lloyd's show on Monday. Next week is South Florida Drone Meetup. So you guys have fun there. Take care and good night, everybody.
Somebody might have a show tomorrow. Just saying.
Oh yeah, Uncle Bill. Uncle Bill's show. We'll all be on spouting nonsense and showing off Mary Burke. Good night, everybody.
Finish telling my story.